So here we have this function in here, and we will differentiate this function, but we will use three ways to differentiate it. So we will rewrite that function and use the power rule to differentiate it, and then we will write it for the second step. We will write it to use the product rule, or we just can use the Quotient rule since it's a fraction. So this function can be written as this way, so that x will go to the top. Now we can multiply x into the parentheses. So if we have same variable multiplied by each other, the bar will be added, and this is what we left off. Now what we can do is use the power rule. So the power rule of x will be just 1. And then again a negative, since the negative 1 will go down, and it will be subtracted by negative 1. So this will be the resulting function using the power rule. Now we will compare this to the product rule and the Quotient rule. So we need to rewrite the function so we can use the product rule. What we can do is just bring the bottom x to the top using x minus 1. Now we can see that we have two functions. We want to take the derivative, so we can use the product rule. Now we want to find h and g and their derivative, so we can substitute into the product rule. Here we use the power rule to find the derivative. Now we are ready to find f prime of x. So h prime will be negative x negative 2 multiplied by g, and then again plus the h multiplied by h prime. Now we just simplify or rewrite the function. So I bring x to negative 2 at the bottom. I have not added the plus sign from the top, so I just add it now. So that will be the resulting. Now for the first term we can rewrite it as 2 fraction. Now what we can do is simplify. And this is exactly the same as from step 1 from the power rule. So far the power rule is a shorter way to find the derivative. Now we will use the Quotient rule to find the derivative. It's already in a fraction form, so the Quotient rule states as you see here. So we want to find now these values, so we can plug it and substitute it into the derivative of f. So again, the top function will be h and the bottom function will be g. We take their derivative and then we take g squared. Now we are ready to plug these values, this function, into the Quotient rule. Now we can simplify, so multiply the two x's, and then we'll distribute the negative sign into the parentheses. So now we can simplify more. So now what we can do is rewrite this into two fractions. Now we can simplify, and that's exactly the same as in step 1 and step 2. So that just tells us that product rule is shorter than the quotient and double rule is shorter than both. So always use the shorter way to find the derivative.